Hello, I'm MrTieDye. You want to learn how to tie a dragonfly? Well, stay tuned because I'm going to demo how to do a dragonfly on a t-shirt or a dress, as the case may be here. And later I'll probably demo how to do a dragonfly on a tapestry. But for now, what I've done is I've soaked the dress in soda ash. It's a cotton dress. I've spun it out so it's just damp, which is nice for folding. And then I've centered it. I have a video on centering a t-shirt that shows you how to pull just the front of the t-shirt or the dress forward and make sure that you have your design right in the middle. So what I've done is made a dragonfly template. The most important thing for the dragonfly is to make sure you got the proportions correct. The body is not as long as the wingspan. So I have about 11 inches for the body, and then about 7 inches here, so double that. It's going to be a 14-inch wingspan on the dragonfly. So I've drawn him on there. I put a little bit of separation between the body and the wings, just to allow me to tie the wings up individually. So I'm going to start out by doing the body here. I have kite string, which is what I'm going to use to tie it up with. If you don't have kite string, rubber bands can be used, but it's more difficult. I would say get some sort of a string, even if you use sinew, but this isn't one that you're going to cinch down tight. You just want to be able to contain it. Dental floss also works. So find your string of choice, and let's get started here. So first off, I'm going to turn this. I like to work where the fabric is coming towards me. So I'm going to put little tiny folds in here. The most important thing when you're doing your folding is to line your lines up. Let's zoom in one time just so you can see. I'm lining the lines up here on the top, so the next line is going to fold right up there. So you have to kind of manipulate the fabric around, but you want the folds to kind of go straight up and down so you get nice lines across the top here. Back out. Okay. And I'll try to keep my hands out of the way, but sometimes folding, you just have to put your hands where you got to put them. So I'm just going to go down all the way down the body and do the accordion folds. So just lining that up right along the top there. You can draw the shape of your dragonfly however you like it. I like to put kind of a larger bulb at the tail, a skinny body, and I try to accentuate just a little bit of an eye on there, but that's just personal choice. You can draw it the shape. The main thing is just so that it looks like a dragonfly, is that the wingspan is a little bit greater than the body length. So I'm going to tie this off. So this here is going to be our body. I'm going to go ahead and tie that off so that I can get to the wings and not have this come undone on me. And I'm going to liquid dye this, so I don't need to cinch it down tight. I'll do the video on a tapestry, and that one I'm going to do probably an ice dye on it, so I'm going to fold it up dry. Anyway, so now we got the two wings that we need to do. Let's zoom in just a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is go down to the base of the wing here, right next to the body. I'm going to pinch that. I'm going to pinch the top of the wing. So I'm basically folding that in half here. And then I'm just going to do an accordion fold right along that line. So I'm just folding this up same way we did the body. I'm just holding it in my hand instead of laying it on the table. And we're just folding right along that line. And I'm doing the wings individually. So this here is going to be the top set of wings. So once you get that tied up, the nice thing about folding it damp is it wants to kind of hang together. If it's dry, it opens up and it makes it harder to tie it off. This here is fairly easy because it stays most of the way in place. Now I'm just going to wrap this up. In fact, I might do a slip knot just to make it easier. Okay, once you get that wing, we'll tie this off and we'll fold the second wing up. The second wing is going to be the most difficult just because so much of the fabric is already folded up there. So what I'm going to do, as I straighten this out, I'm going to kind of pull the excess fabric, just making sure that I don't move the tie that I have on here, but you want to get the excess fabric out of that wing there so that you can fold up the second wing. So I'm just kind of working my way down to the base of the wing here, the one end of it, and then we'll get the other end. And this one here is kind of wanting to be concave, but that's just because of how I have the first wing is tied up and it's already pulled the dress. So you want to just get that folded up, and then you're going to fold the same way. Okay, I need to pause, hold on. Okay, so we're on the second wing, and this one you just have to work at it. You just got to be patient with your folds, because getting your folds correct is going to be the secret to having your designs turn out the way you want them. So just take your time, and if you have to open it up and refold it, go ahead and do that. But once you get the second one all the way done, I'm going to go ahead and tie it off the same way I did the first one. I'm just doing a simple slip knot to gather it up, and then wrap it around a couple times to tie it off. Alright, I'll wrap just a little bit of the wing up just to have it have some support. Okay, so there is the Dragonfly. Let's zoom in just a little bit. So I got the body and then the two wings, or two sets of wings, because each of these is going to be two wings, one on each side of the body. So the rest of the dress, I'm just going to scrunch it up. So I like to just kind of flatten things out a little bit. And scrunch and tie. Excuse me. Okay, so I just pulled the seams open here on the back side. I like to give them just a little bit of a tug to kind of pull some of that fabric out so that it's laying more flat coming off of the wing right here. And then you can get a nice scrunch on that. So I'm going to go into fast forward mode and scrunch this. Just in case you haven't seen me use this before, this is a cuticle pusher. So you can find it just in the beauty department, but it has a nice smooth edge on it, and it's a nice strong tool, so I can get in there if I need to push on stuff for dyeing. In this case, I'm just kind of straightening out some of my folds. So that's all that is a cuticle pusher. Okay, so there is the Dragonfly. So we're going to go in there and I'm going to pick a couple colors for the wings and for the body, and then I'll dye the rest of the dress, but you'll see that coming up next. Okay, we're back and it's time to dye the Dragonfly dress that we have here. So let's zoom in and we'll get started. So once again, these are the two wings here, and this is the body, and I have some thick purple dye mixed up here, so I'm going to use that to outline with. So I'm just going to put a line on right here. And then I'm going to outline the wings. And the wings I'm going to just kind of put just a little extra. I don't know if you can see that. It's not coming all the way down to the body, but it just helps kind of add that connection to the body of the Dragonfly. So that's just how I like to do it, but you don't have to do it that way, or you can connect it all the way. This is all just personal preference and what you like to do. So outline that. Remember, this is the thick dye, so it doesn't soak in well. Sometimes I use my cuticle pusher and just kind of push right along that line. That helps the dye soak in. So I'm just giving that just a little bit of pressure there. Alright, we'll outline the other wing. We'll do the same thing, bring that down just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to squeeze that in just a little bit more here. So let's see if I can get that back in the frame. So once again, I'm just using my cuticle pusher and just applying a little bit of pressure to that dye just to help it soak in to the t-shirt. And I'm dyeing the t-shirt. It's still just lightly damp here. Once I get that kind of pushed in, then I'm going to dye the body and the wings with turquoise here. I forgot to shake my bottle up, so this darkness on the top here is just a little bit of the dye sediment that was sitting at the bottom of this bottle. Just kind of a little reminder that you must shake your dyes because they will settle a little bit. Okay, I'm going to dye the other side of the Dragonfly body, that is. Oh, I guess I should put the line on there. Now I'm going to use amethyst, which is kind of a purpley or pinky purple, just to kind of outline around the Dragonfly. And I'm going to add some darker blue highlights to the wings. So I'm just using my dark blue and just kind of touching around top of the wings. We can touch a little bit on the body here. So anything you put on here is just going to add some extra color. Oh, I guess I was out of the frame. So I'm just dyeing just a little bit here on top of the wings and letting it soak in. So that's going to give me just some added contrast on the wings themselves and then on the body. So it's going to be two shades of blue there, turquoise, and then I believe that's sapphire blue. And then, like I said, I put the amethyst around the body of the Dragonfly and the wings. And then I'm going to dye the rest of the dress in other shades of purple here. So I think I'm going to go in fast forward mode here. The rest of the dress, like I say, that's my Dragonfly down here. And the rest of the dress is just going to be in two shades of purple. Maybe some blue too. So I'm just going to start with the light purple and mix it up here. Okay, there's the Dragonfly dress. After I get this watched, I'll post it at the end of the video, and well, you'll just see it next. So thank you for watching. Please give my videos a thumbs up.